Now, for the English language audience and foreign nationals, of course, the regulations in entering Thailand from the 1st of November 2021 will be an important issue for you. We have a slide summary on screen for you right now. So, as mentioned in the past days and weeks, for individuals traveling from the 45 countries and 1 territory that are on the list of permitted areas to enter Thailand without quarantine, the summary regulations can be easily read there on screen. It's bigger now for you in four main issues. You can look at that on screen. So the Thailand Pass system, we call it Thailand Pass. If you follow me on number 1, this will be adopted to replace the COE or Certificate of Entry issuance process. And as this system aims to facilitate entry into Thailand, the process for filing information and uploading travelers' documents will be shortened. Of course, this is very good news for those who have to undergo all the documents being submitted to get a COE. The Thailand Pass system will shorten this process. And of course, expected to be launched on the 1st of November 2021. And all Thai embassies and consulates worldwide have been informed of this, and they are preparing to launch this by the time the 1st of November reaches. And at the present, travelers may still register for the COEs before this new system operates on the 1st of November. So for those COEs that have already been issued, it remains valid until after November 1st. So if you've been issued during this time before November 1st, you can, of course, use the COE after November 1st. Now, as for travelers aged under 12 years old who are not fully vaccinated, they are eligible to enter Thailand under the exemption of quarantine and undergo similar measures to their parents or accompanying persons. For those children aged 12 years old or under, not fully vaccinated. So, same measures as their parents when traveling into the country. The negative RT-PCR test result issued within 72 hours before travel is required before entering the country, and travelers must undergo another RT-PCR upon arrival and wait for the results at a SHA Plus hotel or AQ hotel for 1 night until they receive confirmation of a negative result. The CCSA highlighted that not only fully vaccinated individuals who have been residing in the 45 countries in 1 territory for these 21 days or have been previously staying in Thailand before traveling back may enter the country without quarantine. So for those who have been in those 46 areas for 21 days, the 46 areas, countries and territory announced, if you're there for 21 days and coming to Thailand, the quarantine exempt will apply to you. Now, just to note that for Thai nationals and those who are resident in Thailand already, if you travel abroad, the 21-day requirement will not apply to you, meaning that you don't have to stay in those countries for 21 days and you can come back to Thailand without that quarantine. Please be reminded that the no quarantine scheme is different and separate from the sandbox scheme. Now, just to put it in colors, the green column you see on screen right now is different from the blue column. Because one news agency reported that the list of countries, those listed in the green column, in the 46 countries, can go quarantine free only in the 17 provinces, which is misleading. So those in the green column, 45 countries and 1 territory, can come to Thailand with no quarantine throughout the country. The sandbox scheme, or the one in the blue column that you see, or we can call it the blue zone, or the sandbox scheme, this applies to both foreign nationals and Thai nationals alike. So, of course, the different criteria applies for the 45 countries and 1 territory, which is in the green column, and the sandbox scheme, which is in the blue column. Just to make sure that we all are on the same page in terms of that these 2 schemes are different and separate from each other. Now, I've gone into detail of the various schemes for a couple of times now, and then we'll probably have some more explanation in the next time around. So the last point I'd like to mention is about the arrival of the Moderna vaccine. Of course, Moderna vaccine is the alternative vaccine. Many have ordered Moderna as a booster shot, the third dose. For those who have pre-ordered Moderna vaccine from perhaps private hospitals in the past few months, there's some good news for you that ZP Therapeutics, the official partner of Moderna in Thailand, confirmed the first shipment of Moderna vaccines, which will arrive in Thailand on the 5th of November 2021. Now, this is a bit earlier than expected, and this will be a lot of 560,000 doses of Moderna. And after this delivery, the vaccine will be examined by the Department of Medical Sciences in a process that will take no longer than 5 days. And once clear, the doses will be handed over to the private hospitals and other institutions which have placed orders for these Moderna vaccines. Then the hospitals may start to administer and inoculate the vaccines. According to the president of the Private Hospital Association, by the end of the year, there will also be more Moderna doses, more lots delivered to Thailand. This will accommodate more than 2 million doses of Moderna ready to be administered. And in addition, another 8.6 million doses will arrive in Thailand by the month of March 2022. So I provided some recap of the Thai language briefing, some of the numbers, the vaccination, and the pain points, the focus that we have in the south of Thailand, as well as the Thailand Pass plan that we have for that, and the differentiation between the schemes, I'll just say the green column scheme and the blue column scheme as shown on screen right now, just to make that clear, in addition to the other information we provided in the past week. So before ending, I'd just like to highlight once again, it's very crucial to always continue to maintain our guard, keep our guard up, and stay vigilant. We are going through the next step of reopening. We are getting close to the opening of the country in terms of the date of November the 1st, in terms of having 45 countries and 1 territory enter the country without quarantine, in terms of more relaxation, less curfew. So it's very important that we mention that we do welcome our international friends back to Thailand very soon in the most normal and in the safest procedure. Of course, many sacrifices have to be made. Balance has to be made still between health and security and the economic continuity of our country. So it's very important to maintain this balance, and I'm sure that many of you understand we have to continue to keep our guard up and take care of each other. So we have only around a week or so before the 1st of November. And after the 1st of November, we will continue to evaluate the progress, the measures that we have put in place. I mentioned that in the middle of November, we'll be doing that once, and in the end of November as well. So it's very, very important. I'd like to reiterate, very, very important that we maintain our vigilance despite the opening up, the gradual opening up of our country. I think that captures the key message that we'd like to give to you today. So with that note, please stay safe, and I hope you have a very pleasant week ahead, and we'll see you again this coming Wednesday. Thank you, and สวัสดีครับ
ครับขอบพระคุณนะครับท่านณัฐพานุ โนพคุณนะครับรองอธิบดีกรมสารนิเทศและรองโฆษกกระทรวงการต่างประเทศนะครับ